Hello and welcome everybody to Tuesday night race in action as we are here at iRacing Super Speedway for the penultimate race of this season. Next week we crown a champ, but we still have to deal with this brutal 3-mile track before we get there. And man, oh man, are we in for a great show here tonight. But first, let's get things all started off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And welcome back. Tonight's race is all brought to you by the long-standing partner of Muehlberger Custom Homes. Glad to have them back here, and they'll be back with us again next week. But just little words on them. You can go find them on Facebook and at MuehlbergerCustomHomes.com, where you can look at all their beautiful pictures of the custom houses that they've built up there in Michigan. And man, oh man, do they look good. Using A+ quality materials and products, so you know you're getting a real good deal when you're using Bruce Muehlberger and his team over there. So go give them some love, because they've put in a whole lot of love here at the HCK Beagles Racing League, and we thank them for their sponsorship here tonight. I'm Alan Brown, and I'm joined in the booth as always by Mr. Alan English. Alan, how you doing tonight, man?
Great, man. Enjoying some early evening libations here. But looking forward to some great racing out there on the track today. There's a reason that they never built this thing. And I think we saw a little bit of that during practices. We saw trucks at super high speeds just flipping through the air and taking out fences. And, you know, this is just something they would never be able to race at least not with an open throttle body without restricting the heck out of them. But, yeah, very neat track. As we'll see, the transitions are a bit of a bear, especially coming into turn 1 and turn 3. The trucks tend to scoot up the racetrack quite a bit. But it's a wide track. These guys are pretty good about giving each other room here. That's what we've seen so far this season, as this isn't the first time we've been here this season. So hopefully everybody settles in and is careful out there tonight.
Yes, indeed. But someone who's hoping for that beating and banging action that he loves is Mr. Adam Turner down there on pit road. Adam, how you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing awesome, man, as usual. I think we are going to see some of that beating and banging, like y'all mentioned. Turns 1 and 3 are just, that transition is a monster. So we'll see some fun. 2 fast repairs, 75% fuel, minus 5% power. I think it's going to give them a little bit, more control of the truck here tonight. Unlimited tires. The track's about 95. I don't think the grip or anything is going to matter out here. It's just hold on to that wheel and pray, basically, I think, tonight.
As we look at tonight's race info, look at that paperclip track that they're racing around here. Kind of reminds you a little bit of Martinsville. Problem is, Martinsville doesn't even have a tenth of the banking that this thing has, as these guys rip around doing over 220 miles an hour. When we see these guys in the draft, it's going to be 230. So yes, good, cool track temp for those guys, as they will need every inch of grip that they can get. Other than that, a little partly cloudy today. Got no rain in the forecast. Nice and cool, so these guys should be in store for a good one. And that's going to bring us down to tonight's key of the race. And that is set up for success. Whether that's to set yourself up for a win here tonight, or if you're one of the guys we're going to be talking about here in just a short minute for the championship, you know, you got to set yourself up here tonight, because it is a close battle up at the top.
Yeah, pretty close. Top few competitors in the standings, and they're running out of time quickly. Besides the championship race next week, this is it. You know, they're running tonight and they're running next Tuesday, and that's it. Then we'll crown a champion. So those guys are pretty tight up there in the top of the standings. You really got to kind of weigh your risk and everything tonight, and just really got to be careful, take care of that truck if you're one of those top guys, because a DNF here, or not just even a DNF, but you know, getting a couple of laps down, if we get a bunch of green flag laps in and don't get many cautions, it might be hard to make it back up onto the lead lap and save yourself some points. So, I don't know, man. It's one of those weird tracks where you just really have to be careful.
You do, as we are in the middle of qualifying here for iRacing Super Speedway, and man, oh man, you can see all the trucks all lined up. Look at that. I believe that's pretty much everybody from Team America, nose to tail right now, all in a giant pack, looking to get the best time that they possibly can. And you know, that makes this open qualifying even more interesting, is, you know, you can't make any car contacts, because that will invalidate your lap time. So you could be on an absolute heater and jump up the leaderboard, but you get a little too eager with that bump draft, and poof, there goes not only your time, but the person you bumped's time as well.
Well, it's a dress rehearsal for what's about to come up, so why not go ahead and get a couple extra laps of practice out there with your teammates, maybe talk a little bit about who runs the best where. We have seen Team America and a couple other teams that like to try to control both lines, so it's going to be hard to do here, though, because it's so wide. It's a lot wider than Daytona, let's say.
Yeah, I like the concept of the open qual, because you get more of a feel of how the race is going to, you know, how it's going to race with all those trucks out on the track. And it looks like they're giving each other a lot of space here, but still putting down some super fast lap times for a 3-mile track here. 46:36. Mark Collins right now leading the way.
Well, we got fans from Team America. We got fans for Albert Anderson on tonight. Edith's on again. Bruce Muehlberger's back on again, pulling for Team America out there, because there's several trucks out there running the race sponsors logo out there, Muehlberger Custom Homes. We love watching our fans get logged on and get fired up. Zach's on too. Rebecca Smith cheering for her son, Hunter Smith. We love it when the family and friends get involved here and pull for their loved ones out here.
Yeah, absolutely. As we do not have our typical race admin head honcho El Presidente of Little Rimmer, Greg Turner, here with us. He's got some family health issues going on, so sending our thoughts and prayers out to him. Reminding us to go check out their Facebook and Instagram page and vote. They're having a little design contest where some of the guys a part of this league have tried to put their own little spin on a new logo that they're going to be running here for next season. So go vote. That voting closes next week by the end of that race, I believe. So make sure you get your voice and opinion heard for which logo you'd like to see these HCK Beagle guys run here.
Our buddy Adam Strom from Minnesota on YouTube said, "Evening, fellas, looking forward to some good racing." And he said, "Hey, Turner, I'm heading to the pit road right now with an ice cold 12 pack of Schmidt beer. Hope you're thirsty." Schmidt.
Oh. Okay. Heck, yeah, bring it on down. Make sure it's cold. A little hot down here, but we'll start cracking those things open here soon.
As this qualifying continues to get these guys all warmed and revved up, let's take a look at those current standings that we were just mentioning at just a little bit ago. Cale Turbeville sits atop there, but man, talk about comeback of the century. Kevin Winker, who, man, if you remember when these playoffs started, he was down there near 9th and 10th, but whoo, has he vaulted up, only 4 points off that leader. But I mean, you got to go all the way down to 6. I mean, everybody is only separated by a total of 20 to 26 points there. So really, any of those guys, including Brian Skidmore and Paul Durkee and Justin Lawson, Curtis Critchley, all have a chance. And who knows, even if they all have a bad race, you still got Zach Staten in there with a chance. You got Josh Moore in there with a chance. A little bit more of an outside chance is Brandon Coleman, but hey, you never know.
Well, the key thing here is just survive. I mean, you're going to have to survive. There's going to be some people hitting the wall, hitting each other. There could be some angry stuff going on, which would be fun. I like the fighting, you know. But it's just a survival here, man. This track is going to collect some trucks at some point tonight.
Yes. George Rincon joining us over on Facebook saying, greetings, fellas, in the booth and down on pit road. You guys do an outstanding job. We sure appreciate it, George. Like we say all the time, you know, the guys watching, that's the only reason why we're here. So
we're just watching it with you.
Do our best for you there.
And not only that, but I don't have a little standings thing for this little race, but just a reminder that the driver that finishes 11th in points this season will have next season dues paid off. Right now, the 11th place driver is that one of Derek Welsh, but he's got Paul Ferdiani driving that 66 right behind him by 1 singular point. And after that, Eric Stoy driving that 4 machine. Missed a race here late due to having a baby of his own, but he's back here racing with these guys. He's only 10 points off of that spot. Same thing with Rodney Griffin. He's really only 19 points off of that. So those are your kind of 4 runners here to maybe get some extra payday money here for next season. Oh, it's a 25 goes for a little tumble.
Yeah, that's going to be a precursor there to maybe what goes on a little bit in this race. Those Numb Thumbs guys, Derek Welch, you mentioned him. Good to see him out there. I hope those Numb Thumb guys are listening. We enjoy having them kind of simulcast this broadcast. I like the old Paul Ferdiani's paint job there. Let's machine.
Collins in the 25 right now, sitting in the top spot. Another one of your Numb Thumbs racing team members.
We actually have 3 names up there that we really don't see up at the front all that often because typically bad luck bites them. And with qualifying coming to a close here, I don't know if anyone's out there on a clean lap, so I think the standings are going to stay where they are, and we're going to get ready to get things gridded up here in just a moment.
Man, it's going to be a long one. 70 laps here. It doesn't seem like a bunch, but you're talking about 3 miles. I don't know, English in Louisiana, what is that? How many miles do we have here?
210 miles.
Yeah, it even works in Louisiana.
That's right.
Yes, sir. And
all here to Lafayette.
There you go.
All of that in about the same amount of time it takes to go around, you know, Daytona or Talladega. So you're adding an extra half a mile on those tracks, and whoo, doggy, are these guys flying through here? As it looks like everybody's starting to slowly take to the grid. Let us get everything started here. Ooh, Le Mans style start. That's what we like to see. See these boys run across the track to jump in those trucks to get them fired up. But no, they're just going to start there and shuffle out as that pace car gets rolling here in just a minute. So we'll do our official starting grid rundown here tonight. And that starts us off with that 25 of Mark Collins, Numb Thumbs Gaming. Man, great run from him. So he's going to start on pole position with the 7 of Rick LePage on that outside. The 5 of Steven Naylor will be starting here in third with the 27 of Curtis Critchley in fourth right beside him. In fifth, we got that 20 of Justin Lawson with the 81 of Jonathan Osborne outside of him in sixth. 1 of Derek Welch is going to start here in seventh with the 42 Kevin Winker in eighth. The 6 of Paul Durkee is going to start here in ninth with the 2 of Albert Anderson rounding out tonight's starting top 10.
I got a couple of Team America guys in the 88 of Zachary Staten and the 51 of Joshua Moore starting on row number 6. Paul Ferdiani, who chimed in on YouTube saying Schlitz for the win, driving that Schlitz machine tonight, the 66, starting in 13th with Cody Staten on his outside in the 15. Brandon Coleman and Cale Turbeville will make up row number 8. Row number 9 is going to be the 75 of Brian Skidmore and Eric Stoy, new daddy, in the 4 on the outside. And making up row 10 and rounding out your top 20, the 37 of Dustin Riley and the 203 of Earl Evans.
Yeah, the 115 of Dave Hot Rod Mayberry, 21st position. 12 of Austin Johnson at 22nd. The number 9 of Michael Adamson there in 23rd. 76 of Michael Hicks, 24th. 84 of Josh Bittner ended up there in 25th starting position. 408 of Bay Area Rob Chowdhury in 26th place. Number 3 of Hunter Smith, 27th. The 110, Richard Michelob Gray, oldest driver at iRacing, in 28th. And there we go, 24 of Andrew Hensley, the 4th, will round it out in 29th.
And that is tonight's starting field here. So nice big field, just under that 30 car kind of threshold, but 29 here nonetheless. So we're in for a great show for all of you. And like we've been saying, it's going to be 70 laps, so these guys are going to need to maybe keep it calm here just for a little bit. I don't think we're going to be seeing 3 wide right off the bat, but you never know. We might see some of these playoff guys really pushing it here early, trying to get up to the front to, like I said earlier, set up for success, trying to get the best chance possible to maybe pick up a win and have a big old lead coming into the final race next week.
Yeah, I think they're going to be gunning for up front. Up front seems to be safe at these giant tracks, but I don't think anybody is safe completely at a track like this.
Talladega next week for the finale. And do not miss that one. That's going to be a barn burner there.
That it is, as that pace car comes on down into pit lane. Here we go, 2 by 2 by 2 they go. Green flag is out and waving. Side by side, we are racing here for the first time tonight at iRacing Super Speedway, picking up to speeds of up to 200 miles an hour right before they get into turns 1 and 2. Still side by side they go. That bottom line looking really well put together here. It looks like we got a truck who got a little out of line. Someone trying to help him out there, but that's really gonna hurt him, as the 81 of Jonathan Osborne is gonna shoot right up the middle here with a whole group of trucks, including that 42 of Kevin Winker, as that 25 of Mark Collins continues to ride on that bottom lane clean and clear.
Well, 37 of Dustin, really, you're talking about on a heater. He is on a mission. He just took the outside and got himself up in the front pack. Wow, up 12 spots already within the first lap.
Rick LePage running in that 7 machine, that gear wrench truck, sitting in that top line, kind of looking for a spot to come down. I'm not sure that he wants to be up there. He had a couple trucks trying to help him in the 27 and the 54 right behind him, but I think he's ready to get down.
And these guys trying to shuffle and figure their way out to really just kind of ride around here a little bit. But man, look at that 42 of Winker all the way up into second now, right behind that 81 of Jonathan Osborne. You know, this is one of those tracks we definitely see that Lazy Susan effect come into play quite a bit. It's kind of tough to tell which line's really going to get the run and where. I think it's all going to be a matter of who do you trust around you to really get close, as we got people coming down towards into the pit lane.
That was kind of a strange deal there. We didn't really expect that. As you see now, that first lap, we ran right at about 1 minute on that lap. But check out the lap times now. They knocked 12 seconds off of that. That's just from these trucks getting up to speed the rest of the way.
Yeah,
And we did see them hit that big transition there, Adam, for the first time at full speed, and it looked pretty rough.
Yeah, 203. Earl Evans had a little spin in the pit area. I don't know what happened with him, but looks like the Old Glory team is kind of spinning off Team America at the moment. 3 teammates right out front.
That they are.
East Coast racing guys on the outside trying to work their way up there as well.
Yeah, Mr. Turner there was mentioning you got Albert Anderson, Jonathan Osborne, and Dustin Really. Looks like they're actually trying to control both lanes here. Albert Anderson was able to find his way up here to the front, up 9 positions already, just 3.5 laps into this race. And he's got that Dustin Really 37 machine really trying to control that outside. Maybe make sure they get a run, but not too big of a run here, because Cale Turbeville is out there as well. He's looking and hunting, trying to figure out a way to get up here towards that front. He's sitting right behind that 88 of Zach Staten. These two have been going back and forth with some good results here in the last closing stages of this season. And it's been really good to see points battle-wise. These guys end up typically up towards that top 10.
Well, we do have the 88 of Zach Staten way up by the outside fence. He's dropping way, way back here. I'm not sure what happened there, if he meant to do that or not, but way up the racetrack for the 88.
Well, now the leaders are coming up on Earl Evans in the 203 as he comes out of the pits.
They're wrecking. 15, 88 involved, 75, 84. Yellow is out.
Rick LePage claimed that one on him. I don't know what happened with the number 7.
We got a couple trucks that are going to have to tow, though, that have no power.
Let's see here what happened.
Zach Staten went for a ride.
Still waiting to see what happened here. Oh, the 7 gets into the 15 and sends them for an absolute ride. And of course, then everybody disappears for me, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, 24 Andrew Hansley got involved. Yeah, there's some kind of issue with the frames or something there during that accident. You look at Hansley, I think he's got a clean look of it and gets involved. Just didn't have anywhere to go in the 24 truck.
I can see the moments before it. I can hear the wrecking. Unfortunately, can't see what happens till well after it.
No, nonetheless, I think that helped Earl Evans. I don't think he lost a lap there as they were about to pass him and saved the number 203.
And nonetheless, we got a 50-50 split here by the looks of it. Got about 8 trucks staying out, a whole bunch coming in, and then a whole bunch of others that went in to get their repairs done that they need. Because that's the other thing to consider here. There's no soft accidents here at iRacing Superspeedway. And they're pretty big, and you gotta use that fast repair.
They're pretty much all fatal, But as we see Team Old Glory sticking together, they're all gonna stay out. The 81 and the 37 specifically. They'll restart and they'll be controlling both lines up in the front of this race. 42 Kevin Winker will be starting, looks like he'll be starting outside row 2.
Yes, sir, as these guys continue to kind of wait behind this pace car, getting ready to go back towards the green flag. Speaking earlier about a fan vote for picking out that new logo or whatever, we got some fan art in here tonight. We got little Timmy out in Illinois sending us some art. Let's take a look at what that is. And oh, look at that! Isn't that so sweet?
Oh, we got fans putting up their own artwork.
Oh,
I
do we?
love that. Yeah.
We have a late submission.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty interesting.
So thank you, little Timmy.
That looks great, man.
I think it does. Put it in there. Maybe late submission. Good to see our children fans out there.
Yeah. Got to start them young, yeah. We're going to do one more caution lap here. These caution laps are just such a huge track, but at least the pace car's trucking right along.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Hovering.
90 miles an hour.
Yeah, he's doing 90.
That's Houston freeway action going on.
Well, I tell you, you better have a pistol on his lap if he's doing that. I can tell you from experience. One hand on the wheel, one hand on the pistol. You'll be all right.
Yeah, the Chiwis buckled in on the passenger seats so they'll fall over.
Oh, of course. Gotta have that.
I'll have to get with you guys later on what Chiwis is.
Yeah, that's a Louisiana thing. Oh, man. Well, one wreck. I don't think it's the last one, and it didn't cause any anger or anything, so that's not cool. I want to see people fighting, throwing hands in the hauler area. We're not to that point just yet, I don't think.
No.
No, not quite yet, as the lights on that pace car are turned off. Getting everything all stacked up side by side here. The field entering turns 3 and 4. Getting ready to go back to that green flag here in just a moment. And, man, these guys, they've gotten a little taste now of what the action's going to be like. It's going to be intense. It's going to be quick, and you got to have your nerves about you. So I hope everyone's all buckled in for this one.
Edith and Kathleen, y'all keep an eye on that number 2. Y'all's Albert is up there. He's going to start this thing off.
And
There he
there he
goes.
goes with the green flag waving. Albert gets a big time jump. I don't know if that was planned with his teammates who are all right there around him. That's going to allow the 81, Jonathan Osborne, who started on that outside, to tuck right in between him and Dustin Reilly. So little single file action, but he's got to be careful. These guys are going to be hauling butt up here to catch back on up. You got the 42, the 64, the 1 as well. And he's being pushed by the 51, looking to the outside. So here we go, going to be taking it too wide here once again at iRacing Super Speedway. Cale Turbeville's also going to jump up there to try to make use of that run that those guys are getting. Man, oh man, look at that run that they're getting. At least one of them is clear. Oh, the 2 is able to just get enough run to close that door. So only Derek Welsh was able to really capitalize on that mega run that those guys were getting. Joshua Moore not left out to dry, however. He's got the 3 of Hunter Smith out there behind him. Same thing with the 64 of Cale Turbeville, all in that top line, as everybody continues to make that shuffle and buffle all around here.
Emily Jane Smith out on YouTube pulling for Hunter Smith, saying go get out there and get another big win. Who else did we have out there? We got NTG Radio guys out there listening to us tonight. Alabama Old Man letting us know that we're on the simulcast over on
Awesome.
NTG Radio. Appreciate you guys out there listening while y'all are out there trucking. And Connie Goodman saying, let's go, number 81. Pulling for Chachi out there, who's sitting in 3rd right now.
Well, now they're 3 wide back here in the back. I see the 51. Then there's Ferdiani, 51 Adamson. It's just kind of chaos back here. Michael Hicks is moving up the outside line. Man, when you get a run here, you get a run.
Man, you are not kidding. And of course, that's going to leave people like that 25 of Mark Collins, who started way up at the front. He's now kind of in the middle of all this shenanigans. He's working on that high line, trying to get some of that momentum back and make a charge here through this field, and kind of looks like we already got a chase pack forming up. We got that 115 of Dave Hot Rod Mayberry with Brian Skidmore, Austin Johnson, and Rick LePage back there as well. I think they're playing maybe the safe game, thinking another caution's going to be coming out, and they're just waiting for their time to move on up the leaderboard.
Adam, is that kind of where you want to be? You kind of want to be in a chase pack, like leading the chase pack, or somewhere besides in the middle of this lead pack?
I wouldn't mind it, but you better be sure you don't lose that lead pack, or you're going to lose so much ground you might not be able to make it up.
Michael Hicks with a bobble there, losing a lot of ground on the high side of the track. Sorry, Brown.
I was just about to highlight him as he did that. So Michael Hicks, yeah, just that little mistake, and he's getting shuffled all the way back through this field. Thankfully, it looks like he's going to have enough to hang on here as they go through turns 3 and 4. You got that 20 of Justin Lawson hanging on as well, just outside of a top 10 on that bottom line. He's really looking to hunker down in here and hug that yellow line really tight and close, as here comes that 51 machine looking towards that outside, looking with a big old run.
Richard Michelob Gray giving him a push on the back end, and he's got Paul Ferdiani in behind him. So a couple of beer machines pushing the 51.
Yeah, I'm watching this chase pack led by Hot Rod Mayberry. He had a really good run. They're keeping up. Skidmore was right on him, holding a great line until he got that transition, but I think they're in a good shape back here.
And of course, that 51 machine is actually the 6 of the 6 of Mike Adamson. 9, excuse me, 9.
Okay.
See what happens when they don't have their numbers right? We get all confused.
I'm already confused.
As Old Glory looking towards that outside line, all lined up here once again, as Joshua Moore in the 51, actual 51, drives around here on that bottom line in the lead. Trucks kind of scattering around a little bit. Not the cleanest turn exit there. They clipped the apron just a little bit, so we're going to go 3 wide here for the lead with a big old run on that outside, led by that 37 of Dustin Reilly.
These guys have shown before in the past that they know how to pull off 3 wide racing here. So let's see how long this lasts and how well they do.
I think last time they did it for several laps, but you just couldn't keep it up. You know, that's some tough driving for multiple laps in a row.
Yeah.
Especially when folks are trying to change lanes and whatnot.
Man, you ain't kidding. Of course, as we were talking about that, they didn't leave a whole lot of room in that corner. They all squeezed down together. Almost looked like they were running around Talladega or Daytona with how tight those guys were running. Oh no, it's the 81 of Jonathan Osborne. Doesn't get the best corner exit as well. He hits that bump a little awkward, snags the outside wall, so he's going to end up getting separated from his teammates here, and that's also slowing down Cale Tuberville, who's looking towards that outside. That's the 37. Oh, man, we're going to be 4 wide here until they can figure this out. Albert Anderson on that far outside. Thankfully, we're back down to 3 and able to trickle it down to 2, but, ooh, man, this is what happens when you race really tight here at iRacing Super Speedway. Just one little bobble. Next thing you know, you got trucks all over the place going door to wall to door.
Yet another epic save by the 2 of Albert Anderson and the 37 of Dustin Reilly. That could have really been bad if they weren't able to straighten it out.
It's America's driver, man. He knows how to handle that wheel. He'll get back in there. Hopefully he's not down on power. It doesn't appear to be just yet. It looks like he's hanging in there, but we do have those 2 fast repairs, so he just needs to hang in there.
That's a 27 of Curtis Critchley. Takes the lead for the first time here tonight. He's got that 51 of Joshua Moore sitting right there up behind him, pushing that tailgate as hard as he can, as this field's going to start to catch up to some lap traffic here.
Rebecca Smith telling Hunter, drive like your mama out there. With an awesome emoji and some checkered flags. That's like my mom's name is Sherry. My dad used to tease my mom all the time because she drove fast. He'd call her Sherry Petty all the time. She didn't really like that, though.
Yeah, she's probably getting tickets all over the place.
As they are side by side racing here. That 3 of Hunter Smith looked towards the outside as they had a run. all led by Paul Durkee. Unfortunately, that run kind of broke apart here, but everything all gathering back up, and here he goes. Man, Durkee all over that tailgate of the 3, trying to push him back up to that front where he was looking very strong up there in the top third. 3 or 4 drivers up there. You got Michael Hicks as well in that 76 running that bottom line, trying to catch up to the main 3 drivers that we got of Critchley, Moore, and Winker.
You saw the difference in speed there as Brandon Coleman in the 54 running around by himself. Oh, one got out of it there.
Oh boy, that's Derek Welsh in that one machine. He's still kind of out of it. He's gonna drop quite a few spots because really not much room to enter in here, especially with how crazy that transition is from the banking to the apron. There's not a lot of give here, but thankfully able to hold on to it and stay in this draft.
He might have been texting his old lady or something because he was all over the apron, then back on the track, back on the apron. I'm scared for him there for a second.
Yeah, you gotta get that talk to text still. Yeah.
That thing doesn't work. It's like when I talk to the Alexa thing, it never understands what the hell I'm talking about.
No, but it's taking all your information and then it's giving it to somebody that's going to use it wisely.
It's given to Bezos.
Yeah.
How about the Klondike machine, the 64 there, Kel Tuberville, riding in the middle behind Ferdiani.
He's been doing a great job of it here tonight, but that was going to bring me to a point I was about to make is we're now going on to lap 20, and a few of these guys have not pitted. The others all pitted on lap 6, so they've got 6 extra laps of fuel.
Globe in the wall. Caution's out.
I think there's your answer.
Have Richard there. Oh, that transition's so bad. He's high centered his truck. There you go, Richard. Still an apron.
Ooh, looked like he had a little help to go around there, but that is a hard impact for that 110. Let's go ahead and take a official AAA chopper cam view of this incident here.
He got pit maneuver.
Ooh, man, that was a very hard hit.
Steven Naylor.
That's the Naylor in the 5.
Racing.
Yeah, it was. Goes down into the middle, and man, it's just like his truck stopped turning there for a second and went straight up into old Michelob. And ooh, man, Michelob's going to be feeling that one in the morning.
He must have been in hot pursuit of Michelob. Buford T. Justice style, he just turned him.
So we got everybody kind of all scattering around while they check up to let this pace car catch on up. But I got a feeling we're going to be seeing some pit stops here. That was a decent little run that they had going there, and I'm sure just about everyone's going to come down, even the guys that pitted on lap 5 or 6.
Yeah, 15, 16 laps go by. Might as well bring it on down.
But do you need tires? Is that a thing you need, or do you care? Does it matter?
I don't see tires as being super important. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could top off with fuel and throw on two at a time.
What would you do? I mean, in that situation,
I'd throw on 2 and top off with gas. Just because if you're going to get filled up with gas, you might as well throw 2 on anyway while you're sitting there getting fueled up. I mean, and just alternate if you want to,
Sure.
Might as well. No limit on tires, right?
Nope.
None whatsoever. So here we go. Gonna have our little selves race off of pit road and get to see who comes out on top here. Curtis Critchley running all the way down up into one of these top kind of pit stops here, waiting to see everybody come down off of this wall, see who beats who across this line.
I can't believe Michelob's truck's still running. He's got that thing in the pits. He'll get that thing squared away here in a second.
And Curtis Critchley wins that race off of pit road, followed by Joshua Moore, Paul Durkee. Looks like Kevin Winker will also get off of there pretty well. Paul Ferdiani, Justin Lawson, Mike Adamson as well. But Yeah, quite a few, looks like 2 tire and full fuel. Also just some, maybe full fuel stops there with those 8-second pit stops.
Yeah, you could do a fuel only here. I mean, gain a little bit of extra track position. I don't know that they'll last 70 laps, but you know, that's just on account of the transitions and stuff. I mean, you're having to put a little bit of wheel in it, so that's naturally going to put some wear on that right front. Well, thanks for the folks joining us over there on the Twitch channel as well. Angry Indian 89 on there. Appreciate you as always. Connie Goodman still on there pulling for the 81. That's Chachi. Jonathan Osborne in the 81. And over there on Facebook, got another one of Albert Anderson's crew out there, Russ Endicott, saying, when we get home, the first thing I'm going to do is punch your mama in the mouth.
You got the reference.
Yeah.
Oh, B for T Justice. That's what happened to old Michelob there.
Yeah.
It's all right. He didn't have to tow. Everything's be fine. Michelob likes running slow in the back anyway.
Russ also says, you know, you don't really need to take tires here unless you spin. Track position is way more important than any little bit of grip that you're going to gain. So there you go. There's strategy. Usually Russ is pretty spot on with the strategy calls. Well, big gainers out there. Joshua Moore in the 51 up 10 spots. Adamson in the 9 up 16. Eric Stoy up 10. Hunter Smith back there in 14 up 13 spots. Some pretty big gainers. Michael Hicks in the 76 up 10 spots. New Papa, Eric Stoy up 11.
And so the shuffle game continues to go strong here as we're back up, stacking up, ready to go back to green flag racing here on lap number 24. So we're quickly approaching that halfway mark here tonight, boys, and everything's been pretty good. I know we saw a couple cautions here, but it doesn't look like they've been too terribly large. I mean, the first one took probably, 4 or 5 trucks with it, but that second one really only was just Michelob. Everyone was able to get around him and whatnot, so everybody looking pretty solid here as we get ready to go back to green flag racing with Curtis Critchley up at the front and Joshua Moore on that outside. Paul Durkee right behind Curtis. Kevin Winker right behind Joshua. Side by side they go, and across the line here, back to green flag racing we go.
Man, they just waste no time getting after it right here, do they?
No, at all, as Paul Durkee goes up to the outside thinking he was going to have some help. Well, all that help disappeared behind him down to that bottom line. Man, oh man, heartbreak. He's got to wait just a couple more seconds as that 20 of Justin Lawson tries to catch up to him. Big push here from that 20 as he's got some help coming up behind him as well, trying to get that top line moving here once again. That's that 4 of Eric Stoy trying to give them that extra little boost up to get that 6 up to the front.
Yeah, and how difficult is it just staying in line there during those transitions in 1 and 3? They're doing a great job up front here.
It's very, I can tell you, it's very difficult to hold a line there. The best place to be is kind of near the front leading one of these lines is Derek Welch utilizing the, what'd you call it? The what's the tunnel?
Turbo tunnel.
The turbo tunnel there. Tries to go up the middle there. He's taking a look again.
It is open. Question is, will he take it? I think he's not liking the snaking that he's seen in front of him. Oh, boy, is that 20 of Lawson squeezes on down as he was able to get that run on the inside line with the 6 of Durkee there, trying to drive that one around. So now you got the 4 of Eric Stoy looking to try to make some noise. He's got a little bit of help behind him. One of those trucks is that 64, Cale Turbeville. Never count him out of a race, especially if his truck is still running strong, as he's trying to push that 4 here. get that momentum back up there and going.
And he'd like to have a great finish tonight to capitalize and to kind of cement his place there in the lead. He's our standings leader right now coming into this race, and with one more race to go, might as well just kind of...
Oh, Michelob got into Coleman, 54. They held it somehow. That was pretty amazing.
Somebody did go up into the wall after. Didn't see who that was.
76 a Hicks.
Oh, as we got a whole scatter going on here up in the middle of this pack.
Nice
oh no, Paul Ferdiani down into the inside wall. You can see people scattering all over the place, still able to keep it together. Man, oh man, that was some good evasive driving from some of those guys, using every inch of the available surface that they had. All of that shuffle and bustle is going to allow that for Eric Stoy to jump on down right in front of that 20 of Justin Lawson.
Carl Short joining us over there on Facebook, pulling for the Anderson, pulling for Albert Anderson in the number 2 machining. Thank you, Carl, for joining us. And Dr. Shakalulu on YouTube. Seeing real gusto. We're seeing plenty of gusto out there.
Well, that's on the back of Paul Ferdiani's truck in the Schlitz machine, and he's having a hard time getting to pit road right now. Super slow.
Hopefully he can make it around without blowing it up, because a tow here is going to take several minutes. It's just a huge track.
Take a look here at the 75 of Brian Skidmore. He's looking pretty good back here, just outside that top 10. You can see all of the action going on in front of him, and man, you can just see those transitions into the corners, how much these trucks bump and bounce, and it is crazy hard on that suspension. You can see why some of these trucks kind of float around here.
Yeah, and not only that, I think English mentions it a lot. The airflow coming off the back of these trucks is just huge. A huge pocket of air. That's also affecting some of that transition as well.
Well, and it amplifies, right? So if you're behind somebody that is not holding a real steady line, you know, the truck right behind him is going to wiggle a little more. The truck behind him is going to wiggle even more. And it just amplifies. It's like cracking a whip. You see the line of trucks just kind of wiggle back and forth. Coleman trying to do a little side draft action on the outside. It looks like he's going to run out of momentum there right behind beside the 64. He's able to jump in front of the 15 there.
They jump right into line, and you know, we'll definitely see more of that as this race continues to truck along here. People maybe ducking and diving into lines, trying to figure out where that momentum is, trying to get each and every single position that they possibly can. As Curtis Critchley gains the lead out in front, he's got the 6 of Paul Durkee right there behind him, but the 6 is going to look towards the outside as he saw some Old Glory guys coming up with a big head of steam. Problem was, they just went right back around him as that 81 goes all the way up to the lead here, with Dustin really giving him a big push with the 64 of Cale Tuberville and the 27 of Curtis Critchley.
Winker and Moore tagged each other, teammates.
There you go. Yellow is out.
Ooh.
They went down and smacked the inside wall pretty hard.
Well, Winker was trying to take that turbo tunnel, and then it looked like he was getting a kind of a block thrown on him by the number 20 of Lawson, and it slowed him down, and some stuff happened there.
I know the sponsor of a couple of those machines. He's standing on the pit box right now with his hands on his hips. That's Bruce Muehlberger.
Oh, yeah. Man, that's just a communication thing, I think. Just two guys fighting for the same spot, and when it happens to be teammates, man, oh, that is not what you want to see.
Well, I've seen it before with a teammate at tunnel turn
Pocono turn 2. Yeah, we know.
But I think they'll get this thing straightened out. They got a fast repair. They'll be all right.
I can almost see him. I can see him coming a mile away now. I know what to look for. Teasing me about Pocono.
Well, Muehlberger Custom Homes, they're going to have to do some paint on those trucks.
As,
Still
oh
pretty damn
man,
good job at remodeling homes. I'm not sure how good they are at doing body work, but man, what a spin there.
hey, you ain't kidding with a hard inside wall impact, but that's going to allow some of these guys to come on down into the pit lane, get some new fresh tires, get some more fresh fuel. Leading that charge is that 81 Jonathan Osborne with that 37 of Dustin Really, all benefiting of when that caution came out. They had just reclaimed some of that lead. 64 Cale Turbeville as well was able to jump up there quite a bit as these guys make their next round of pit stops.
So what this is going to do, this is going to put pretty much everybody back on the same pit strategy again. Because we did see a split last caution where part of the trucks stayed out, part of them came in. But right now, everybody's coming down to get some fuel.
Whoo, doggy, you see that fight coming off of pit road? We were 3, almost 4 wide on pit road. Everybody trying to make the fastest exit as possible. Looks like it was a bunch of just fuel-only stops for these drivers. Got Jonathan Osborne winning that race, however, with Curtis Critchley, Justin Lawson, Cale Turbeville up in the top 4, Paul Turkey in 5th. Dustin Really, Cody Staten, Mike Adamson, Zach Staten, and Eric Stoy all up into that top 10.
Oh man, did you see a fight? That would have been. Oh, there wasn't. It was just a fight for position.
I just saw
Ooh.
Cale for about the 3rd time tonight take out that blue cone. He really does hate that
He
blue
doesn't
cone.
like the cone. Like I don't like Yahtzee.
What's wrong with Yahtzee? Yahtzee is a good game.
I enjoyed it.
Is this going to deal with that whole Snake Eyes and Waco stuff?
I don't know. We'll hear about it in here in a few minutes, I'm sure. But well, the fan club there for Albert Anderson ought to be happy that on that pit, even though he took 4 tires of fuel, he was still able to pick up a couple of positions. So he's going to restart back there in 12th position. Jonathan Osborne's going to be your leader on this restart, controlling the restart. He'll be the control truck. Curtis Critchley still in the hunt for a championship, right up there with Turbeville in the points.
And I mean, coming into these playoffs, you had to think he was definitely going to be one of the favorites, but man, the last few races have not been kind to that 27. Just poor result after poor result, and it's really not due to his own. It's just he's gotten involved in late wrecks.
It's a bad look at that paint or something. I don't know. Our Canadian buddy out there running Milwaukee Tools paint job on that 27. Pretty sharp looking paint.
And the lights on the pace car are off here once again, getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Coming down this back straightaway, everybody getting all stacked up 2 by 2 by 2. And, you know, that's something that's been pretty clean. We've seen some slicing and dicing on these restarts, people fighting for that position and whatnot, but everything's been pretty clean. No crazy checkups and, you know, nothing like that. So the restarts have been on point here tonight.
Russ Endicott saying, "Stop wasting tires. There's no need to do that here.
Well, he needs to get in the
tires is too much money."
He needs to get in the pit box and maybe help some of these guys out.
Going back green here. What are you guys looking at for this run? How many green laps are we going to get this go around?
Probably another, you know, 10, 15 or so at least, because these guys are really starting to settle into that rhythm that people don't talk about too much. As the green flag comes out here once again, Jonathan Osborne with a great jump. Problem is, no help immediately behind him as there goes that 27 to Critchley. He decides he's going to fill in that gap, but that's going to allow the 64 Cale Turbeville, who's got some help right behind him. That's the 37 of Dustin Really, who we know really loves these plate track racing here, so he's going to be on the hunt to push that 64 all the way up to the front. And there they go with a big old bullhead of steam side by side here with the leader, Cale Turbeville. Oh man, he's almost dead clear Even Dustin Really's dead clear.
Wow.
So
He took
getting
it with him.
getting the 2-for-1 special there. Kale saying thank you. May I have another?
What a move. That outside line just picked up and went. You know, Osborne with a great restart. He did wait all the way until they dropped the green before he got on the gas to kind of change up the timing a little bit on the restart there. Had a great restart, but that outside line, it stayed too organized, and they were able to truck right around him.
As that outside line now looks to try to gather up trucks and steam as, oh, here we go. Dustin Really, he saw a teammate coming up, and they said, let's go towards that outside. 1, 2, here we go. Side by side here. Looks like that 37 just not quite completely clear of that 64. Let's see if they're going to be able to get a run here coming off of this corner as both lines not 100% fully stacked up, but at the same time not all 100% falling apart. That 37 man just can't get that rear bumper clear of the front of the 64, trying to get him to jump down, but he could also be waiting to make sure that that 81 of his teammate Jonathan Osborne gets clear, as he's been doing a lot of this pushing work.
Kathleen Anderson over on Facebook saying, I'm really enjoying the race. Still trying to understand everything. I mean, you don't just get into watching, NASCAR racing, truck racing, and understanding everything. The more you watch it, the more you learn. And Anderson right now trying to learn what to do here as he's behind Richard Michelob Gray. He's got Ferdiani behind him. That outside line's not really going anywhere, though.
Well, I'll tell you, Michael Hicks had made a huge run, almost collected everybody. Kind of doing the turbo tunnel. Oh, he just collected someone.
Oh, Naylor just got into somebody.
Well, Hicks got into Naylor.
Including the 51, Joshua Moore tried to keep it off the track. Oh, that collected the 12 of Austin Johnson, who went for a crazy wild ride. Looks like we're going to keep everything green flag here, as for the
Earl
most
Evans
part,
too.
people able to avoid all that crazy contact, but hard contacts there in the back of that field. Got that 27 still out in front with that 4 of Eric Stoy.
And Cale Turbeville didn't have anybody directly behind him there for, at least a turn or so.
Oh, no,
man.
he had somebody come straight down on him. Oh, no, was that
Coleman.
the 81? Oh, was it the 51 of Coleman?
Yep.
Just trying to get down to the bottom line. Might have been an error on the spotter side there, saying he was clear. Well, he definitely was not, and kind of pit maneuvered himself across that 64's front bumper. And fortunately for that 64, that's going to take him all the way out of the draft, whether he's got damage or not. That's going to be rough to try to gather things back up to fight and claw his way up to the top here once again.
Eric Welch getting behind Zach Staten here to try to make that second line work, but now changing his mind, getting down behind the 81 of Osborne, leaving the 88 out to dry there. He's going to lose a bunch of spots.
Side by side we go, almost 4 wide there. We went 3 wide here with the 37. He's got Josh Bittner in that 84 machine on that bottom side, looking to roll some dice here, try to fight his way up through this gaggle of cars and get up towards that front. Oh no, as we got simultaneous big wrecks, the 29. Oh no, I thought it was
Adamson.
Oh, the 9 of Adamson.
Michelob got into it with him. It looked like netcode actually, with Richard Gray and the number 9, right? He's not the 51.
Yeah.
That's not more.
The other 51, yeah.
Confusing, guys. Yeah, it looked like netcode to me.
Oh, it was close. It was very close, but either way, maybe some fake contact there involving that 51. And of course, that collected one of the Statons. The 88 of Zach Staten also went for a wild ride.
Yeah, that truck's pretty tore up. Well, Bruce Muehlberger chiming in on Facebook. He's convinced that the 51 and the 42 will be back up front soon. He thinks that the teammate-on-teammate contact and wreck was just a way to get their sponsors some more screen time.
It may have been. Yeah, they definitely had to repaint those things, get that sponsor back on there. Muehlberger Custom Homes, the sponsor. And also check out HCKBeaglesRacingLeague.com. They've got all kinds of cool stuff on it. And I know, Brown, you were talking about the Instagram and Facebook pages for the logo contest. Y'all need to check all that out.
And there's a whole bunch of social media work that these guys do. Like you said, you can all find out about some of these drivers, all their backgrounds and whatnot here over on that HCKBeaglesRacingLeague.com. And of course, all of this wouldn't happen without all you fans watching out there, but also the proud sponsor of Bruce Muehlberger and Muehlberger Custom Homes, who's sponsoring another great race here at iRacing Super Speedway. And I hope the hype is living up to the great company that Muehlberger Custom Homes is. A+ quality, A+ products, all delivered into the best custom home built for you. Be a part of that great team and go hire some great people next time you're looking to build a house on some property that you might have out there. And especially, I think it's, what was the
Three Rivers area?
Three Rivers, that's what it's called. Three Rivers area out there in Michigan. Give him some love over there at Bruce at MuehlbergerCustomHomes.com, as well as Facebook. And they got a whole bunch of pictures out there as people are making
Beautiful work.
quick pit stops and whatnot. And they got pictures of, all the way from just digging out the ground for the foundation to laying out all the timber and everything. And man, oh man,
Models, all kinds of stuff.
they will go the extra mile to make you feel like $1 million.
Well, I could use some of that myself. Whoever designed some part of my house probably needs to be taken out back and taught a lesson or something. Yeah, it got some issues. I wish I was in the area so I could check out, get some help from them. But yeah, check them out. Check all our social media pages here at HCK Beagles Racing League. Cool stuff going on. Some stuff in the future too. Next season will be fun, and let's not jump ahead. I mean, next week is our championship, so that'll be awesome.
So we take
We'll
a
have
look.
a little bit of a summer break, and then we'll be back with you guys for the
Yeah.
next season. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, we look forward to that as we got big news coming up. You're going to have to stay tuned to all the social medias and whatnot, because, man, I think y'all will enjoy that one. As looks like we're going to slowly get things rounded up back here, getting ready to go back to green flag racing as we're now just a bit past halfway through this race. How about we talk to a driver who's about halfway up?
Well, I want to know what the big news is.
Oh, well,
Now,
let's
you're
talk.
right.
Let's
We
talk
should
to the driver.
Yeah, we can't talk about that yet.
Who do you want?
I'm looking. 66, Paul Ferdiani.
All right. Hey, Paul Ferdiani, it's the guys up at the booth. You got us?
I do.
Hey man, you're looking pretty good right now out there, kind of mid-pack. I know we're a little past halfway through this race. It's been a little dicey, but things have settled down to some long runs out there. What are you looking for the rest of this race here?
Trying to work my way up the inside. It's been kind of tough to move up. I got a little banged that one, had to waste a fast repair, but yeah, I'm trying to work my way up the inside. If they give a spot, I'm taking it.
Awesome, man. Well, we'll let you go here. You know, you're starting to stack things back up here on the back straightaway, so good luck out there, and go give her hell.
I will, thank you.
Yeah,
what-
love your paint, by the way. Pretty awesome.
Thank you. I did it because of your broadcast last week.
Okay, awesome. Even
You're
better.
the inspiration.
There we go. Cool. Love it.
Now, I'm going to do the Waco Dice team next week, maybe.
Oh, please do. Man, I love that.
Hey, Paul, what
Okay.
room were you in? EV?
Yeah, plus EV, yes.
All right, I got you. Thank
Thanks,
you, brother.
man. Thank you.
Yeah, man, somebody's paying attention out there. Hell,
That's
I thought nobody listened to anything I said. Man, these guys they are shooting dice like they're in Waco.
It's hard to tune you out sometimes, but yeah, we pick up on some stuff down there.
The main thing is all the good racing here, and they're about to hit it again, Brown.
That they are stacked up side by side once again. That pace car is off. going back to green flag racing here, lap 43 out of 70. So we're closing in on that 20 to go mark quite quickly. Still side by side, that 42 and that 27 not giving each other an inch, knowing what's at stake here going on into next week. But man, that outside line got a huge push from that 20 and the 6 of Lawson and Durkee, launching that 27 up into the lead, dropping down into that bottom line.
Keep in mind, too, these guys do not reach full speed until they've made an entire lap.
No, they don't, but they're still sitting at about 218 as they go into that turn right there.
Oh man, you aren't kidding. As that 20 and the 6 once again get a big run down that back straightaway, they're able to jump out and take the lead here, sneak down into that inside line. So Paul Durkee's going to lead a couple laps here in this race, as the 4 of Eric Stoy's getting a big old nose shove from that 1 of Derek Welsh, Numb Thumbs Gaming Machine, looking to make some comebacks here, as he was getting involved in some of those contacts that we saw, but fighting and clawing his way to climb back up that leaderboard.
Bird's Eye 11 over on YouTube saying the 27 looking pretty strong tonight. And as we mentioned earlier, Curtis Critchley, he's going to need a pretty good finish tonight to help cement his place near the top of the leaderboard there, and maybe even try to get past the 64 there. 64 of Cale Turbeville. Great job in that Klondike machine. Our points leader coming into tonight.
Yeah, he's sitting pretty good there in 11th place, but there's a lot of radius. And next to him is 81 of the Jonathan Osborne. Looks like he's got a tire ding on his door, but he's still running. It's good racing all over the track right now.
That there is side by side, pretty much all the way through this field. Oh no!
3 in the 76.
Hanson was involved.
Earl Evans catching a little of the aftermath.
And that is going to bring out the caution here. Let's take a look back and see what caused this yellow. Oh, I think we caught it right there. Gonna slow it down to quarter speed just so we can get a quick bird's eye look at it. Oh, that 3 was just not quite settled into the corner, was breaking loose a little bit, and the 76 just helped finish him off. The 84, Josh Bittner, man, talk about getting lucky, as the 3 slides down into Andrew Hansley. No, Andrew Hansley getting snagged up in that one, as well as that 76 goes for a wild ride. That 3 as well, trying to get everything back collected. He ends up continuing to squeeze on down. I can't see who he snagged. Oh, that's a 203 of
Earl Evans.
Earl Evans, yeah. Ah, man, tough impacts there all the way around. But man, let's we'll go back and take a look here from the gearbox of Josh Bittner. And when I say gearbox, I mean the roof cam facing the tail end of this field, as you're going to see the absolute mayhem. Ooh, really lucky there is that 84. He might have some right side damage there that he might want to get banged out real quick.
It sounds like Hunter Smith did take responsibility for that, and he will get the EOL here for the restart.
And when we say takes responsibility, it doesn't mean that it's like completely their fault. It was just he ended up starting that chain reaction there. Looks like we got Durkee, Stoy, Lawson, Welch, everybody coming down here, because I got a feeling from this point on they're going to be able to make it, as we're going to be inside of that 25 laps to go.
Well, I mean, you have any kind of incident here at 225 miles an hour, it's going to be magnified, compared to if you're at a shorter track. It's just part of the game at these super speedways, and this is the ultimate super speedway here at iRacing.
Errol Hansley over there on Facebook saying, "Oh, Andrew." Poor Andrew got involved in another one in the 24. Nothing he did. It's just stuff happens.
Well, he's still up 5 spots from where he started, so hey, let's be positive for Andrew out there.
And Rebecca
Anybody-
Smith saying, "Shake it off, Hunter. You got plenty of time out there."
Anybody can still win this thing. Like Brown talks
Oh, yeah.
about Lazy Susan, man. I think we've seen almost everybody in the front pack at some point during this race. So it just kind of comes and ebbs and flows. You just got to be there at the end.
That indeed is Mike Adamson staying out, not coming down into the pit. So I wonder if he's playing the strategy game, thinking, maybe there might be another caution. I'll wait before coming down. But he's also playing a very dangerous game of fuel strategy. So I don't think he's going to be able to make it the rest of the way on fuel. But who knows? If we get a bunch of cautions, yeah, he definitely can. But it's going to be one of those things you got to wait and see to how your strategy might pan out, because you can plan all you want, but English, I think you'll agree with me here, is plans almost never work, especially whenever I'm making them.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of depends on how your luck's running. Here comes Adamson. He's pitting the lap after. Yeah, man. Sometimes that's what you do. You have a strategy, you stick to it, and then something happens, and you just got wadded up, throw it out the window, and start on a new sheet on your legal pad there, and try to work something else out. So, a lot of strategies went out the window here just a few minutes ago, but they'll adapt and overcome, and there's still a lot of racing left to go here.
Yeah, strategy is
22 odd laps.
Strategy is just to survive this thing without using up all your fast repairs and just trying to work your way to the front as it gets closer to the end. It's anybody's race still. I'm telling you, this thing, chump to champ is no joke here. Champ to chump, all that. That's the cool thing about this pack race.
Hansley's out. He forgot to uncheck one of his fast repairs earlier, so now he's out of luck. Dadgummit. Well, sorry to hear that, Andrew. Got next week at Talladega. Last race of the season, we'll get to see you run. I've done that before. Used a fast repair when you didn't want to, and he's wishing he had it now. Edith Anderson over on Facebook saying, "This sure is really exciting." It's exciting for us, too. We enjoy doing this every week, and I'm sure Edith has an eye on that number 2 truck running the outside line here. He's going to restart in 10th place. Lights are off on the pace car, so looks like we'll be going green this time around.
Yeah, we will, but we're going to have the 4 of Eric Stoy and the 20 of Justin Lawson starting us off here once again, side by side, as that pace car comes peeling off down into pit road, getting ready to go back to that green flag racing with 22 laps remain here at iRacing Super Speedway. We're here for the final time this season, so these drivers are making it count. That 27 of Curtis Critchley giving a big shove to that 4 of Eric Stoy, saying, hey, come on, let's get going here, as that green flag dropped, and trying to push that 4 out and keep him out in front of that top line, because he's seen what that top line can do once when they gather up that momentum, and they can absolutely fly. That 20 of Lawson, man, he's really hurting, falling back, but he does have some help. He's got that 1 trying to help push him up there. Same thing with the 37 and a whole bunch of others, but there goes the 1 all by himself, dipping to the inside, back to the outside. He's got some help from Jonathan Osborne in the 81 machine, trying to get that top line's momentum built back up.
Oh, Derek Welch having a heck of a race with the Numb Thumbs radio truck, getting a good push from the 81 right now.
Woo, Yahtzee. We got all the truck drivers over there at Numb Thumbs listening in right now, cheering their cohorts on. 25 moving his way up through the field right now. He's on the outside line here, 13th place.
He can see the absolute wad of trucks out in front of him. Too wide here as we go down this back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Hard transition into that turn. Big old bump as we watch here as that 110 of Richard Michelob Gray is also trying to fight up through that inside line, trying to catch whatever side draft he can to maintain the speed, but man, he is losing it and losing it quick. That 64, ooh, man, 64 Cale Turbeville, little slicing and dicing action here, looking towards the outside, trying to climb his way back up.
Yeah, Richard lost a little bit of momentum there, but it looks like he's catching up with the pack finally. Man, all the way down to 22. I mean, everybody's kind of in the same boat here.
As that
Super
one
close.
has the 37, and Dustin really jump out in front of him, trying to, again, just add trucks to build up that momentum. But man, it seems like every single time they add a truck on that outside line, they lose a truck somewhere off the tail end, and they just can't get that run going. So right now, the 4 of Eric Stoy is safe out in front. But look who's up there as well, sitting right now in third as that outside line getting a big charge now, led by Dustin really, is that 408 Bay Area Rob. Oh no, as the one goes around.
Well, one, I don't know what happened to the one, Derek Welch, but wow.
Oh, big hard contact there for the one, bringing out the caution here. And looks like the 5 of Stephen Naylor getting involved. Maybe even Cale Turbeville in that 64 getting involved as well. Michael Hicks. Oh no, I wonder if we had some teammate on teammate accident happen here again.
I don't know what happened there. I'm trying to figure it out.
Looks like the
His turn
7.
just watch the one. Watch the one's truck.
It looks like the 75. Oh, what?
His truck just turned on its own. I don't know if he had a connection issue or.
Okay, so I'm slowing it down right now. So the 75 checks up behind that 408, ends up snagging the 66 a little bit, and then that's got to be the worst net code I've ever seen.
I've never seen anything like it.
Because yeah,
Ever.
that one just absolutely just magically spins sideways as all heck breaks loose out there. And even more towards the front, we got people going side by side here. You can see the 54 just trying to dodge and avoid contact with everybody else. The 20 going up and over. You got people scattering all around. The 20 looks like he's able to hang on to it and keep it off the wall. But you also had, looks like Mark Collins there. Man, he had a wild, wild ride. But yeah, Derek Welch in that one. Man.
It almost looked like a wheel error or something.
Either wheel error or something. But, 64 Cale Turbeville, nowhere to go as the 76 kind of bobtails into him there. It's the 5 of Stephen Naylor getting involved as well. But, oh, man, hard impact there for the 64 Cale Turbeville as well as, yeah, we're going to have, I think, a bunch of people coming down just to really try to fix all their trucks. I think everyone at least got bumped once, so you know they've got a little hammer work to do, but that is definitely something you don't see very often here.
Well, I hate to bring it up, but now you got to start thinking about who might DNF here. And man, Cale Turbeville been sitting in the pits for a while.
We're not going to have any. We're not going to have any DNFs. There's
You
no.
don't think anybody's used all their fast repairs yet?
No. Oh, you're talking about if they didn't. I thought you were talking
Yeah, if
about
they used
running
them
into
up
incident
already.
issue. No, we did probably have some of that. We obviously have Andrew Hansley. That happened to him. I think he's still going to be out there at some point. Ooh. I don't know.
Cale's been sitting in the pits now for 2.5 minutes. Some of that might be tow time, though. That'd be something if the standings leader gets a DNF. That's really going to shake the points up.
Well, and that's why it's like shooting dice in Waco at these tracks like this, man. You might get snake eyes, or you might catch a 22 right between the mother and the other.
And you are not kidding. So we got Russ Endicott saying lost a tire. And, oof, man, if iRacing secretly added that within the last couple of weeks, man, that caught us off guard. I don't know how to explain that. I mean, I think we were going to see a wreck involving that who was it, the 76 of Hicks
Yeah.
either way, but man, either that was the worst netcode I've ever witnessed by on the one there, or there was some serious technical issue. Either way, that was not normal.
And not everybody here might be aware of what netcode is, and y'all can explain it better than me. It's some computer algorithm, whatever thing.
More or less, it's the computer kind of makes a mistake on determining what the position of the trucks is. It's hard to get all of this data to sync up between everybody's personal computers and the server that's running, this multiplayer session. And every now and then you can get something, they call it netcode, where two trucks will be close together, but they won't be touching, but somehow the computer interprets those trucks as hitting each other just by not estimating exactly where they should be. But that was one of the craziest. If that was netcode, that was insane. And it seems like we see more netcode problems with the Camping World trucks than we do with other platforms.
Well, not only that, but we're also looking at this track as well, because I mean,
Yeah.
when you're talking about trucks racing quarter inches off of each other and 230 miles an hour, that's a lot for a system to handle. Even though iRacing is freaking amazing,
It's probably the best racing simulation out there. But as you said, it's not perfect.
yeah. So either way, we're gonna get stacked back up here. The lights on that pace car are off, so 15 laps to go here as that pace car comes diving down into pit lane. Even the pace car has problems with that transition. Woo. He almost lost it like that Corvette driver at one of those GP races. The 27 of Curtis Critchley gets a big jump. Nobody behind him here. Looks like 12 of Austin Johnson was sleeping at the wheel a little bit there. That's allowing a big gap for the 20 of Justin Lawson and the 37 of Dustin Reilly and the 15 of Cody Staten to all jump down to that bottom line. Everybody on that top line gaining quite a few positions there.
Yeah, Russ Endicott telling us on Facebook, yes, you can blow a tire out, but you have to wear that thing completely down first. I'm not sure that that's what happened to Derek Welch. It's possible he could have worn the tire all the way down to the cords and blew it out, but I don't know, man. That was one of the strangest spins I've ever seen. Even a blowout, I don't know. I didn't see it happen.
It's interesting, but the cool thing is he's back out there on the track and putting in some work. 17th place, running the high line, trying to get back in there. They're 3 wide damn near all the way across this thing.
Yeah, you got the 2 of Albert Anderson trying to hook up there with the 15 of Cody Staten for half a second, but it's not really working out. Oh, man, as we got trucks all the way down onto the apron trying to figure out his way to safely rejoin this track as the 51, a.k.a. the 9 of Mike Adamson, gets a big push from the 75. Brian Skidmore on that outside line, able to jump down in front of that 27 of Curtis Critchley. He's got the 51 Joshua Moore fighting him side by side right now as these guys continue to go 2, even 3 wide back here. You see Richard Michelob Gray, Hunter Smith, and a couple others there side by side heading down that front straightaway.
Little wiggle out of Brandon Coleman there in the middle.
I think Michelob gave him a little push that he wasn't ready for.
Maybe so. Richard Gray has a teammate caddy corner from him, but now he's out of the slipstream here. I don't think he's going to be able to keep up with Derek.
Now, as you got the 81 of Jonathan Osborne getting a big push from one of his teammates there, Mike Adamson. A couple Old Glory guys going side by side, nose to tail here on that outside line, trying to get that big run. Here comes the 66 giving them a big push as well. At least 2 of them are clear. Even 3 of them are just about clear here as they come across the line. all lead changes all the time here. That Lazy Susan in full effect. That 81 and 51 able to jump down into that bottom line, take that position away. You also got Paul Ferdiani in that 66 jumping on down, able to squeeze down into that bottom line. The 3 of Hunter Smith coming up here with a full head of steam. He's got that 1 of Derek Welsh looking to fight back from his incident, trying to climb and claw his way back up through this field. Same thing with the 2 of Albert Anderson. He's riding those coattails all the way up here to the front.
Well, and Richard Gray has made a heck of a run on the outside. Brian Skidmore had a little issue in front of him, but it looks like it sorted itself out. Wow.
I'm on the edge of my seat watching all that stuff that was going on in the middle with Skidmore, Coleman, and even Ferdiani there for a second. I thought for sure we're going to see a big old mangled pile of trucks, but good on them.
Yeah, talent prevails here at iRacing Super Speedway. These drivers continuing to push these trucks to the absolute limit. The engine limit, the tire limit, everything. Pushing. You got the 3 of Hunter Smith on the outside now, trying to find his way up into the front of the 81, but that 1 of Derek Welsh is pushing as hard as he can, and they're just not quite getting the run that they want. They're going to still be side by side as here comes the 4 up the turbo tunnel. Eric Stoy saw an opening and shot up 3 or 4 positions just due to the kind of big old side draft that these trucks put on, able to make up some room, but I think he might have made some enemies as well as he kind of shoved the 88 of Zachary Staten out of line there just a little bit to make sure everyone safely got through these corners.
And he did check up just in time to not spin the 2 truck of Albert Anderson. He recognized that he wasn't going to be able to get around Albert, so he got out of it and got in behind him there. At least for now.
As we
Albert Anderson's pop joining us over there on Facebook saying, just checking in on y'all. Go get him, son.
As we come across the line, 3 wide here. Oh no, connection issues here for one of the drivers. Oh, that's going to get really dicey. I don't know if that's Joshua Moore blinking a little bit there, but he's back in racing on the racing surface as he's on that outside line, all being pushed.
Hunter Smith got into the 3. Now the 3 just got up into everybody. Wow.
I heard some anger.
Yeah. We got a truck that's over on the other side of the fence. That's the 20.
How did that happen? He's in a whole different area.
3 looks like the 3 got turned, but wasn't able to keep it now. Went right up the track, back onto the active speedway, and took out a bunch of trucks.
Yeah, bumper not quite square there for a bump draft by the 81. Maybe not hearing his spotter that, hey, he wasn't clear, and they were almost 4 wide already, and that was going to make it kind of 5 wide as he gets up into the 66 and all the way down. Oh, man, hard impact there.
Did he think he could just get back up onto the track and do his original position? I don't know why he didn't know that the 66 and a couple other trucks were there.
I don't know, but the 20 went into space a little bit.
Yeah, he went over the fence. He's going to have to tow because you can't get out of that fenced-in area.
Yeah, 20 of Lawson. Oh, man, that is not the spot you want to be in there. Is everyone all scattered around? But yeah, we saw
Critchley involved in that as well.
Yeah, same thing I believe with the 76 of Michael Hicks. Nope, he's been in the pits for a little while there. Let's see if we can't find. Where's Critchley's name? There's Critchley's name. Yeah. Oh no, Curtis Critchley getting involved in that one. He was kind of sandwiched in the middle. Really.
Look at Lawson. Look at the 20.
He's going around in the grass trying to get to the...
He's determined to find an opening in the wall. I've never seen this before.
Well, I hope he can. Mowing the grass down there.
I hope he doesn't hit one of those invisible walls that's in some of the places here in the infield. Or the bottomless pit thing, where you just... I
think he's just going to run around in circles on the grass there. There's no way out.
You know, if it was Caleb Turbeville, who really likes racing on the dirt, but racing on the grass, that's like ice. He's going to use the wall to try to help him get around the corner here. And man, I don't.
This is odd. I've never seen this
No,
happen.
he's already made one full lap on the grass.
Oh, has
and,
he made a full lap?
ECR, yeah, he's
Oh no.
So there is no opening over there.
no way out. No,
Oh
he's still,
man, he's.
he's still. It was interesting to watch.
Well,
So-
we always give bonus points for effort there, and that 20 just got a whole bunch of them.
he
Well,
wishes he could keep him.
It's like he got close to pit road, so maybe his tow time won't be quite as much. Man alive. That was nuts. Well, only a couple of takers here, but those are the guys with damage.
I have no
Have they-
idea.
Have they not made it back around yet? Let's see.
No, we've seen about everything here tonight, though. Some of the craziest kind of stuff going on in a super speedway. And you
Man.
normally see crazy stuff.
You ain't kidding. As Caleb Turbeville is back out there on the racetrack. Same thing with Curtis Critchley. Some of your front runners out there for the championship. You got where is our buddy Kevin Winker in that 42? He's still out there running around. I know he's got quite a few teammates. He's still got the Staten boys running around. Man, oh man, Paul Durkee is still out there. Paul Durkee is out there in 6th place right now, looking mighty fine. But right now the field is all being led by that 51 of Joshua Moore. He's got that 2 of Albert Anderson out beside him right now for this restart as the lights on that pace car turn off. So getting everything all stacked back up, ready to go. The 4 of Eric Stoy is going to be starting up here in 3rd. Jonathan Osborne, he's going to be able to start here once again in 4th. 1 of Derek Welsh is going to be restarting in 5th. Paul Durkee is going to be restarting in 6th. So we still got quite a few big names up there getting ready to take back this green flag. And we're going to have 5 laps to go. And correct me if I'm wrong, boys, but I believe we have 3 attempts at bonus racing here.
2 or 3. I don't remember which it is here for green-white checkers. We'll find out though if we do use one, we'll be able to see it on the display up there. Pretty exciting racing so far tonight.
Yeah, if this is your first one to watch, I mean, this is kind of a lot of interesting things happen you don't normally see. So you kind of caught one that's a little different.
Anything can happen on these big super speedways as we've seen, and it'll be no different next week when we go to Talladega.
Yeah, that it will be, but until then, we're going to have 5 more laps, maybe even more, to choose the winner here for this one as that pace car comes down into pit lane. Back to green flag racing we go with that 51 getting a great restart, but the 2 getting an even better one. He's got some teammate help of the 81 Osborne trying to push him back up to the front and get around that 51. But man, oh man, they're not quite getting it done. You got the 4 of Eric Stoy doing a pretty good job hanging on to that back bumper of that 51. Same thing with that 1 of Derek Welsh, able to hang on as well.
Sun's now out on majority of the track. It's been pretty cloudy here. I'm not sure that'll really affect their grip level at all.
It's actually 5 degrees cooler than we started, which is maybe because of all the cloud cover. Critchley making a huge move in that.
Oh no,
Turbo.
as Jonathan
Oh.
Osborne goes around, we're going to have a big wreck here in the middle of this field. Oh,
Man.
Bardiani involved in that one too.
Yeah, nowhere to go back there.
Dustin really looks like he got involved in that one. Same thing with Mark Collins. Oh man, Mark Collins started the day great pole position, but yeah, since then just really.
He was upside down early, I think, too, wasn't he? The 25.
I think he was. Oh man.
Well, I'll tell you what, Stoy just got smoked too. That's too bad for the number 4.
Go back and look. Just got a bump draft in the middle of the corner there. Oh no. That is absolute heartbreak for the 81. Looking very strong up there. He ends up shooting up and absolutely drills his teammate as trucks all scattered down and around. Forced. He was side by side with some people trying to get everything all figured out. Kale Turboville. Let's see what happens with Mark Collins here as he ends up getting a big brunt of this.
Paul Durkee did come over the radio and said that he thought the 81 checked up a little bit, but it was without warning. He had nowhere to go.
Oh, man, the 25 gets stacked from behind, but he also absolutely drilled 84 of Josh Bittner there.
Did a little net code look like happened? He just started spinning to the right.
It was a truck with some connection issues there. The 66 of Ferdiani disappeared for just a second, and that's why he spun around like that. There was a little contact there, but yeah, Dustin really having a hard one there. Oh, man. So we're going to go into some bonus time here tonight, boys.
I'll tell you what, and there's some angry drivers out there. You had some good, colorful commentary out there for each other, I think, the last 10 laps, so should make for a fun exit to this one.
Albert Anderson Jr. joining us on Facebook saying, yeah, that was crazy. Well, luckily it happened all behind his driver, the number 2, so no harm there.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good where he is at the moment.
Russ Endicott saying, Mongo say no bump drafting in corner here.
Yeah, it's not a good combo here. You can do it on the straights all day long, but once you get in those corners, it can get ugly.
Especially corner entry, I think, is the big deal. Because that's where the truck's still upset. And it's pretty much impossible to get the damn things lined up. You know, get your front bumper aligned with his rear bumper. It's just about impossible on corner entry. Well, not quite into our bonus time yet. It doesn't look like.
I think
I think when we cross the line.
Yeah, when we cross the line, we will be. So we're going to see our first attempt here at a green-white checker finish here at iRacing Super Speedway. For those of you that don't know, green-white checker is when these drivers come across the line, they're going to take the green flag, make a lap around, then they will take a white flag if a caution flag doesn't come out before the leader crosses the line. And if that happens, then the race will end on that lap, and it is just an absolute all-out brawl to see who gets back to that start-finish line first.
Well, we got 3 chances of that tonight.
Yeah. Well, you think we'll use them up, or do you think we have seen these guys? When they get in a green-white checker situation, they will end up taking the white flag. It's the last lap, I think, is where you see the most mayhem.
Yeah, man, if they can get around, because like you said, it takes them that full lap to really get up to speed here. So I think we'll be able to take that white flag. Question is, how many trucks are we going to have on all 4 wheels facing the correct direction when we finally come back across that line? I know we've seen it from these plate tracks quite a bit. Usually what happens is something happens in the middle as people try to make that last second dive, and just really the room wasn't there, and it takes out a good chunk, and we see like a break of 6 or so trucks, and I think that's what we're going to see here tonight as well. But who knows, we may be surprised as this thing starts to come to an end as that pace car goes down into pit lane once again. And you know what it's time? It's time for bonus race in action. It means it's time to buckle up, strap on that drinking helmet, throw inhibition out the window. We are green, white, checker racing here at iRacing Super Speedway. Joshua Moore and Albert Anderson take that green flag side by side. Albert Anderson getting a big push there from Mike Adamson by the looks of it, trying to get his teammate up there to the front as the 51 of Joshua Moore is getting a little bit of help there from the 88 of Zach Staten as we get a little bit of contact there, but that's going to allow those two trucks on that outside line get a big old run down the back straightaway. Even Richard Michelob Gray is jumping in there as well, trying to maybe peek his nose to steal something away. He's going to look to the far outside line here going into turns 3 and 4.
A lot of back and forth action throughout the field. Eric Stoy with a big move on the middle, and he'll get the 37 to follow him. Oh, now looks like they're banging into each other. A lot of contact between the 4 and the 408 up to the 37. They're taking the white flag now.
And white flag has been waved, so this will end it. Oh no, as we get trucks going around here in the middle of the field. We still got side-by-side action here up at the front. The 51, Joshua Moore, still side-by-side with Albert Anderson, looking to get that outside line's final big push. The 110 of Richard Michelob Gray looking to the far outside line, maybe trying to steal something away here as that middle line tries to make a big move. Looking towards the inside, Mike Adamson giving Albert Anderson one final push. He's now back out in front. He's got a truck length lead over that real 51 of Joshua Moore as we come through turns 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. It's going to be a drag race 3 wide for the win, and it's going to be Mike Adamson on the far outside line being pushed by Curtis Critchley. And I think Derek Welsh in that one was able to snag a podium.
Well, that was insane.
Albert Anderson failed to podium there, but cheering on his teammate and Mike Adamson.
So, yes, it will be the 51, the 27, and the 1. The 2 just lost all his help. Even Kevin Winker tried to jump up there to give him some last little shove there. Just wasn't in time. So, great job from these drivers to finish this one off.
Yeah, you can't make up an ending like that. That was fun.
That was crazy. I mean, it's something similar to what we see at Talladega. If you're leading coming out of turn 4, chances are, you're not going to be the one that wins the race on that inside line. But Albert did his best there, and then the 9 and Mike Adamson just had a huge run, and he wasn't just going to stick behind him there. And went around him and did a little door banging and a little bit of wrecking there towards the end. But yeah, what a win by Adamson, and the second place by Curtis Critchley.
And I mean, that is big for Curtis Critchley, because otherwise, out of your top 5, 2 of them are people in that championship push. I mean, Mike Adamson's not in it. Derek Welsh isn't in it. Albert Anderson's not in it. So that was absolutely huge for those guys. But even more, like Joshua Moore in that 51, he really needed a poor result from some of the other guys, like Cale Turbeville, who didn't get the best finish here tonight.
No, that last lap, the 64 and the 54 got into each other. They were drifting around some corners and were able to save it. It was an amazing last lap for the 64 and the 54. It did hurt them though. The 64 would have had a lot better finish, but he didn't wreck out, and he was able to finish a couple spots ahead of where he would have been if he did spin. Great save.
Well, all the victories are the celebrations are underway. Let's start these interviews off. We'll start off with tonight's 3rd place finisher, and that's that one of Derek Welsh, figuring out his way through that absolute kerbobble of ball of whatever to find his way up into a podium 3rd place finish here tonight. Derek, man, it looked like it was a little rough getting to that final flag, but you were able to get her done here tonight.
Yeah, I'm happy with a 3rd. I was trying to get a win. I haven't got a win all season, and and Mr. Gregory took the day off, so I had a for his wife, but it was stressful being an admin and trying to race these guys. Jesus, oh god, I'm about to pop a blood vessel.
That's not easy. I've done that dual duty before, and you're trying to look down at the names and right click on people's stuff, and it is not easy. But definitely face some adversity tonight. Congrats so much on the third place. You got anything to say to your Numb Thumbs buddies out there? They're listening out there on Numb Thumbs Radio right now.
Oh yeah, man, truck on, truck on. I love y'all, and
Y'all got a good family over there. You really do.
oh yeah, we're family. I love each and every one of them guys, and um, yeah, they're great. They're awesome.
Well, I mean, it was stressful because you were basically admin during the race while it's going on, and you got banged up a few times, and you ended up kind of in the back there, and you just kind of fought all night, man. And that's what these super speedway tracks are all about. Good job.
Yeah, I thought everything was going against me. I got hit, and I looked back on y'all's broadcast, and nobody's near me. I'm like, what in the world's going on here? And I was just like, everything was going against me, and I said, screw it. I'm gonna be aggressive and knock myself back up there. So it worked out at the end. So
Yeah, that it did. Well, Derek, before we let you go, get any other shout outs? I know you shouted out a little bit to your Numb Thumbs, but I'm sure you got more to get out there.
oh yeah, my sponsor, DEP Graphic Paints. I love the guy. He painted his truck for me, and thanks for having my back and supporting what I love to do, iRacing, and he also supports our community as well. So thanks to him. Thanks to Numb Thumbs. Thanks to my teammates, Richard Gray. He was up there with me, and Mr. Mark Collins. Great teammates, great guys, and I've enjoyed all year racing with them, and we'll be back next season.
Awesome, man. Well, it's good to have you up here once again, and we look forward to seeing what you can do next week at the final race.
All right, thank y'all.
All right, now moving up that leaderboard to tonight's second place finisher, who really needed a good finish here in the closing races because, man, his luck was not looking too good. So that's 27 of Curtis Critchley, bringing home a solid second place finish, setting you up for a pretty good run here next week at the final championship race. And it looks like it's going to be an absolute dogfight there.
Indeed, that was the most excited I ever been to finish second. Like, that's a great points result for us, especially when we've been down the last couple of weeks just because of continuing technical issues with the internet and also the brake pedal. So it's finally nice to get a good result and good momentum coming into the final week.
Yeah, next week's what it's all about, and I know you're pretty good wherever you go, but Talladega, what can you expect next week? And you're going to be watching your rearview mirror for Cale Tuberville because he's going to be really hungry after finishing way back in 18th today.
Oh, he finished that far back. That's rough. He'll be able to come back, though, because winning pays out huge in this league. Kevin, I think, finished good, too, so we're probably all going to be because we were, Cale was first, Kev was second, and then I was third, so we'll probably come out all very close to the end, so it should be a good finale.
Yeah, that race was literally crazy. We were talking about the whole time, and everyone had their trials and tribulations out there, so I know where you're sitting on that leaderboard, you're super happy with this, and go celebrate, man. That was a good run.
Oh, I was jumping for joy in my seat, seeing I got second. Usually that's the celebration for a win, but after the last few weeks, it's just nice to get a finish, really.
Yeah, actually, let's talk us through that final, couple of turns here on that final lap, because you ended up basically helping push Mike Adamson there to the win. Did you see like something open up that you just were like, man, I got to shoot this, otherwise, there goes my shot?
Mostly is that on the restart I was able to slot in because one of the Staten boys had a mechanical issue, so they weren't as slow, or weren't as fast, so then I could get in, and then I was able to scoot up into the outside, middle. I think I went middle, and then eventually on that final lap I lined up with Mike, and then It's actually a funny story that Mike is actually probably my first ever teammate on this iRacing sim, and it's come full circle. And as soon as I was on his back bumper on the front stretch, I just knew I was just pushing him all the way. We were gonna get in the checkers or we're going in the grandstands together.
Well, man, there's no other way to finish it here at these super speedway races. So congratulations on that. And before we let you go, got any shout outs or anything like that?
Yes, mom, dad watching at home, Nexus Esport, and also Refine Motorsports for supporting me all the way. And let's go get that championship.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations here tonight for the second place finish. And we look forward to seeing what next week's championship race looks like.
Thank you very much.
Listen, it's all or nothing. I'm either going to push him to the win or we're going to end up in the grandstands. That's awesome.
Checkers or wreckers. That was cool.
Well, someone who is extremely happy to take home that checker flag is the 9 of Mike Adamson, picking up the win here, first win here at the HCK Beagles. And man, Mike, it must feel pretty good. I know you're not in the chase for any of the playoffs or anything like that, but still, any win still feels pretty good.
Alan, I tell you what, man, it is good to be back in victory lane, regardless here, there, anywhere. It feels good.
Well, we heard from Curtis Critchley talking about how y'all raced together for a long time. Y'all started out together, and he said it's kind of come full circle today that as soon as that opening kind of happened, and Albert he just didn't get the run that he wanted, and you went around right there, and Curtis got behind and put the bumper to you, and he said either he was going to push you to the win or y'all were both going to end up in the grandstands. You gotta be thrilled about how it finished up, and no sour grapes from Albert. He says, "Congrats, Mike. Such a great deal. Y'all got a pretty good team there."
Absolutely. Yeah, I was committed to try to help Albert there, and I just didn't have enough room to get down in front of the 51 there, and so I stayed up, and thank God for Curtis coming along and putting it to the rear bumper.
Yeah, well, how crazy was this race? I mean, I know you, like everybody else, were involved in all kinds of mayhem out there. How did you keep it together and finish up where you did?
Just try to be patient. I mean, when it comes to these plate tracks, you got to be patient. Patience is the key. I mean, you got to have luck on your side as well, but you just got to be patient. You can't go right to the front right away. You just got to pick a spot and just kind of ride in line.
Well, man, you definitely picked and chose your right spots here tonight. Before we let you go, you got any shout-outs or anything like that?
Just to my buddies over back at the other side from Limitless, my son and all my teammates over there. Thank Octo Wraps once again. They paint phenomenal cars. Anybody needs paints, go see them.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations, Mike, picking up the big-time win here tonight. Not only that, but hard charger of the day, up 22 spots to bring home that win, man. Go celebrate it, because you definitely deserve it.
Great job.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Of course, Mike being part of that Vigilante Racing League roster as well, so he's in for some bonus action as they enjoy some racing over there. But man, oh man, that brings tonight's racing action to a close, and it was wild and crazy, and man, it's playoff time here at Plate Tracks.
Yeah, I can't wait till they got the points updated so we can go check it out and see how close it's gonna be. But definitely tune in next Tuesday as the season finale for HCK Beagles Racing League is going to be happening. And don't forget to go onto their Facebook page and their Instagram page. Vote for the new logo. They've got a few design submissions to have a new logo to be published on all of their social media stuff and on the stream. So make sure you go over there and vote for the one that you like the best. But we can't leave out our sponsors either there, can we?
No, we cannot. We'll get to them just in a minute, but in the meantime, let's run through this final finishing order for this race. And man, we had a big old shake up, and I got a feeling it's going to shake up the entire leaderboard here for that final championship race here next week. You got Mike Adamson, like I said, hard charger of the day, up 22 spots, bringing that 9 machine home in first. The 27 of Curtis Critchley finally turning some luck around here, able to bring home a solid second place finish. The 1 of Derek Welsh as well, being able to fight and claw his way through some issues, able to walk home with a third. You got the 2 of Albert Anderson with a very strong showing here tonight to finish in fourth, with the 42 of Kevin Winker just shy of there, but still solid top 5, 5th place finish for him. Joshua Moore, driving that 51 machine, is able to walk home with a 6th place finish. Then you got Zachary Staten in that 88 with a 7th place finish, so good job from him. You got Richard Michelob Gray also up a crap ton of spots, 20 to be exact, to finish in 8th. Then you got the 3 of Hunter Smith fighting and clawing his way as well, up 18 spots into 9th. And rounding out tonight's top 10 is Dustin Riley, up 9 spots, bringing that 37 machine.
Paul Durkee in the 6 truck will finish in 11th place. Bay Area Rob Chowdhury in the 408 will finish 12th. 13th place will go to the 12 truck of Austin Johnson. Eric Stoy in the 4 will finish right there in 14th. 15th place will be the 75 truck of Brian Skidmore. Mark Collins of Numb Thumbs Racing in the 25, finishing in 16th place after starting on the pole tonight. Josh Bittner in the 84. We'll see him racing tomorrow night as well. Started in 25th, finished up in 17th, so made a few spots up tonight. Cale Tuberville, not the finish he really wanted or needed tonight. Our point standing leader probably wanted just a few more spots there to kind of guarantee that he'd kind of stick around the top 3 there. But still, you know, it could have been a lot worse. Great save by the 64 and the 54 on that last lap. He'll finish in 18th place. Cody Staten in the 15 will finish in 19th. And Dave Hot Rod Mayberry will round out your top 20.
Number 5 is Steven Naylor, ended up 21st. 2 of 3 are Earl Evans in 22nd. Looks like the 54, Brandon Coleman, ended up 23rd. The number 20, Justin Lawson, he got in the infield and mowed some grass for a couple laps, 24th. 81 of Jonathan Osborne had a rough night, down quite a few spots at 25th. 66 of Paul Ferdiani, ended up 26th. 76 of Michael Hicks, 27th. 24, Andrew Hansley, the 4th. 29th, and finally in the 29th place here, the number 7 of Rick LePage.
And that does it for the field here at iRacing Motor Speedway. We thank you all for tuning in and watching and having some fun with us as we enjoyed this wild ride as this season comes to close here at HCK Beagles. Each and every single week you all come out in numbers, and we greatly appreciate it because you guys are the reason why we do this, is to sit back and have some fun with all of y'all. So we thank you for all of that support, as well as the great support from our proud sponsor, Muehlberger Custom Homes, out there in Michigan. Man, go give them some love. Go like their Facebook page, even if you're not going to be doing business with them or don't need to do business with them. Just go like their page. Give them some of the attention that they greatly deserve. But if you are in that area and you're looking to get a house built, man, Muehlberger Custom Homes, I can't think of a better company to go and use to do that, using the best of products and materials there to build up that dream house from concept to completion. Man, Bruce will have your back all the way there. And man, those are the types of companies that we really need to get behind. So you can go check them out at MuehlbergerCustomHomes.com, as well as that Facebook page. So definitely go like and share and just give them a whole bunch of love, as they've been a proud sponsor here at HCK for quite a while, and they're going to be here again next week. Until then, got some racing action here from Vigilante Racing League tomorrow. I think we're going to Watkins Glen, so we're going to see some going from a super speedway to some road course racing action there, and that's going to be pretty good because it's not going to be the cup layout. We're going to see a little bit more of the Watkins Glen area because they're going down and into the boot. So man, that's something I haven't seen the trucks really try to handle. So we're in for a great show there tomorrow. But until then, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off.
One other thing I wanted to mention was Gregory Turner, the league owner here, wasn't able to make it tonight. Appreciate the other admins stepping in for him, namely Derek Welch and I think Austin Johnson as well. But Gregory Turner, his wife has been ill and she's 8 months pregnant. They need all the thoughts and prayers you can give them. So make sure and keep Gregory Turner and his wife in your thoughts and prayers tonight. And thanks for watching, everybody. We gone.
See ya.